Jackie Robinson is widely regarded as an American sporting legend. He also played a role in the Black Civil Rights Movement. Jackie Robinson was born on January 31, 1919 in Cairo, Georgia. He was the youngest of 5 children and grew up in poverty. At UCLA, he became the first student to earn 4 letters: football, baseball, basketball, and track. He also served as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army in World War II. Jackie Robinson married Rachel Isom on February 10, 1946, and retired on October 10, 1956. When Jackie Robinson took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers on April 15, 1947, he forever changed the face of Major League Baseball. Robinson was the first African American to play in the majors in the 20th century. Jackie was shunned by fans and even his own teammates, with the inferior focus on being the best in the game. Robinson's raw talent soon gave Dodger fans reason to look beyond the skin color. Despite his all-star status, life for Jackie Robinson was not easy. In the decade he was with the Dodgers, the team played in 6 World Series, finally winning the championship in 1955. Robinson's success had opened the floodgates for fellow African Americans. Within the first 5 years of his career, another 150 black baseball players had been signed to the minor and major leagues. His achievements on and off the field broke down racial barriers and helped awaken America's conscience. When Robinson retired from baseball in 1956, he became an outspoken champion of civil rights. Branch Rickey signed him to a minor league contract with the Montreal Royals of the International League for the 1946 season, with the intention of ultimately promoting him to the Dodgers. Robinson promised not to fight back when confronted with racism for at least 3 years. Robinson had to deal with abuse from fans and opponents, attempts to injure him, death threats, and tensions on his own team. But Jackie had not forgotten his promise to Branch Rickey. For 3 years he bit his tongue, enduring the severe and unrelenting abuse by players, coaches, and fans. When the Dodgers were on the road, he had been refused service in hotels and restaurants simply because of the color of his skin. He had withstood merciless public humiliation for the period that Rickey required. But the 3 years had passed. Rickey's gag order had been removed, and Jackie started fighting back. He began shouting back at players and fans when they harassed him. He spoke up when pitchers threw at his head. He fought against discrimination in hotels and restaurants. Gradually, he began winning people over. Most players began to accept him for the talented athlete that he was. His Dodger teammates realized his importance on the team, and their attitude toward him relaxed. The majority of his teammates even began standing up for him when opposing players or fans abused him. Jackie's eldest son, Jackie Jr., aged 24, was killed on June 17, 1971 in a car accident to drug addiction that started when he went to the Vietnam War. Jackie stayed active in national campaigns against drug addiction. In honor of the 25th anniversary of his Major League debut, he was invited to throw out the first pitch in the second game of the 1972 World Series in Cincinnati. In 1941, Robinson left UCLA without his degree and was hired to play football for the semi-pro Honolulu Bears. After an exhibition game in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, with the Bears, Robinson was sailing home aboard the Lower Line when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Jackie recovered from a heart attack in 1968, but then lost the sight of one eye and the partial sight of the other as a result of diabetes. Jackie Robinson died at age 53 because of heart failure.
There is no greater figure in terms of the impact on the social history in America than Jackie Robinson. In April 1947, when Jackie took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, not only did he break the color line of Major League Baseball, but he really broke the color line for mainstream America.
One of the fiercest competitors I ever saw, and I only played with Jackie just in the Brooklyn days, and but you could see that there was that fight, that desire, and the fiery spirit, and even at that age, he still did things that would make you sit and, you know, you'd open your eyes. You'd never seen things like that before.
They brought a petition around, some of the Southern boys, for me to sign that I wouldn't play with a black guy on the team. And I said, no way I'd sign that. I said, great, he's a sports idol of mine. I don't care what color he is. He's a great athlete and a great guy.
I think perhaps having Jackie, of course, who was a catalyst on our team. I wish I had seen him when he was in his very early 20s instead of his later part of his athletic career. But he was a nice guy to just watch play. And then when he finally made it on his own, then he could be a little forceful as far as voice is concerned, too. He could get us in a lot of trouble every once in a while, let's put it that way.
Jack was a race man. Jack was completely devoted to our race, completely preoccupied by the needs of our race. And so he could transcend that stuff just because there was a long-range goal. It was a big goal, and he had to help achieve it.